Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Carmen Bryant, your host of Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Now, that sounded real country. Dr. Carmen Bryant. I'm Dr. Carmen Bryant. You know who I am. Your host of Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Thank you guys so much for tolerating my own sense of humor, because I laugh at myself. And that's the way you have to live. Sometimes people are not going to laugh at your joke, but they'll laugh at you laughing at your own self. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. I just wanted to come on because I had this really great, brief conversation with one of the viewers. And the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because this is something that I hear all the time. It's kind of repetitious. I hear it all the time. Excuse me. And I'm going to get into it in just a second. But one of the things that happens, one of the many things that happens when you are in a domestic violent relationship. And in this case, we're talking about narcissist abuse, which is, abuse perpetrated by an individual that possibly has narcissistic personality disorder. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? But it sounded so smart. But a person that possibly has narcissistic personality disorder. It's not our job to go out and try to determine whether they have that diagnosis or not. But it is your responsibility to know when a person has respect for you or doesn't respect you, and if their behaviors is harming or detrimental to your mental health or your physical health as well. Or how is it affecting your life, your children's life, even as an employee or an employer? How is this affecting, the motivation, not the motivation, but the, in the military, we call it the esprit de corps. How is it, is it motivational? Is it not motivational? I think I'm for a lack of words here. Let me think. One of you guys are going to put it on here. I already know. But how is it helping the morale? There we go. How is it helping the morale of the team? How is it helping the morale of the family? You're dealing with an individual that has a personality disorder. And the only way that they know how to meet their needs is by causing injury or conflict in order to get what they want. Now, the comment that was made, which I hear all the time, I hear it all the time. I just wanted to bring it up and just make a video because this is something that happens, especially when people are in denial of how abusive these individuals are and how you project your own goodness onto them. And the comment is they really don't understand what they're doing. They really don't understand how much they are hurting people around them. And what I said is they understand everything that they're doing. It's not, we're not justifying their behavior either. And a lot of times we have a tendency out of the goodness of our heart to justify other people's behavior. Oh, but they have been so wounded themselves and they were victims of this type of abuse and they really don't understand. And there are other people like, well, I just don't understand that if this has happened to them, then why don't they understand how much it hurts other people and just stop? Well, it's a personality disorder. A disorder of the personality. A disorder. That's just like telling someone that has major depression, you need to shake out of that. You need to shake out of that. You need to stop being depressed all the time. Or a person with PTSD, okay, you need to knock it off. You need to shake that off. And you need to, you can't tell a person that. Well, a person with a personality disorder, their personality has developed. It's like trying to tell someone you need to stop being happy all the time. There's a time and place to be happy. They're just a happy individual and you're irritated by it. Well, that person has a personality disorder. That is how they are. That is what they do. Narcissists, those that have NPD, narcissists are very intentional in what they do. Everything they do, it's not even a game to them. It's a part of their life. We'll just say a game, but it is a game of, I have to overthink you. I have to outthink you. I have to be better than you. You cannot be better than me. You can't be prettier than me. You can't be more successful than I am. If I want something and you tell me no, I will figure out a way to manipulate it back out of you. If you hurt me, and it could be something as simple as constructive criticism to help them in a job, constructive criticism, and that outfit doesn't look good, or you look too big in that outfit. If you wear this, it'll make you look a little slimmer. Anything is offensive to them. Any little thing that you'll look over like, well, she didn't mean anything by it. In all honesty, a person may not have meant anything by it to hurt you. A narcissist sees everything as a threat against their ego, a threat against their facade of perfection. And anything you say, even if, say, for example, someone pursues you in a relationship and you're really not interested. That's why I made a video where it says that a narcissist does not always get the prey they're seeking. And when they don't, they feel rejected. And so they're going to smear you. Now, does it bother you as much as knowing the person? 9 times out of 10, if they're smearing your name and you really don't know them, it doesn't really bother you as much as a person that gets close to you and starts smearing your name. And so if they pursue you and you just have no interest in them whatsoever and they smear your name, no big deal, because you have no emotional connection to them. But once you have an emotional connection to them, it hurts even more because of the fact they are emotional manipulators, and they do what they do. They emotionally manipulate. And when they want something and you don't give it to them, they will emotionally manipulate you to get it. If they can't get money from you, then they will emotionally manipulate you to make you feel bad about having your own money, or making your own money, or you worked hard to get to where you are. You worked hard to have a career, to climb the corporate ladder, to get promoted, to be recognized for the work that you do. And here they come, and then they try to make you feel bad about your success. Yet you work for it. Make you feel bad about your education, but yet you work for it. Make you feel bad about your home or a new car, but yet you work for it. You know your history. You know where you came from. Some of you may have been homeless at one point in time. Some of you may have, whatever your situation may have been, a single parent, raising children, and finally you become successful and you're able to give them a better life. But they'll emotionally manipulate you to make you feel bad about your success. Narcissists are emotional manipulators. I'm going to talk about that at the conference as well. But not just in particular when it comes to the narcissist, but emotional manipulators, and what are they saying and what are they trying to do? Because that's how narcissists operate. And so a lot of times, because of the goodness in your own heart, you'll dismiss it as they just don't understand. So you try to explain all the time. But guess what? They know exactly what they're doing, and they know exactly how to continue to engage you by pretending like they don't understand what they're doing. And you're giving them information to teach them how to play victim. They just don't understand what they're doing. They really don't understand how much trauma they are causing to people. You know what? They know exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it. And like I said, everything that they do is intentional. There's nothing accidental that they do. They don't accidentally butt dial you on a telephone. They don't accidentally run into you somewhere. Now, there are occasions where you may accidentally run into them, but they didn't know that you were going to be there. But for most of what they do, they're very intentional, and it's thought out. They think out what they're going to do, how they're going to manipulate you, how they're going to find you, how they're going to run into you, because they know that this is a place that you always come, not where they come. And so they happen to be there at the same time that you're there. And all of a sudden you guys see everything that they do is intentional. There's nothing accidental. And yes, they know exactly how they are hurting people's emotion. And the more you say that, they really don't understand how much they're hurting. So you tend to explain. But what you don't realize that you're doing, you're giving them feedback to let them know that what they're doing is working. So and remember I said in another video, you wonder how they get to be the way that they are. You wonder why they're so good at what they're doing, and how, the manipulation portion, and how they're so effective at how they do what they do, because we teach them. We teach them everything that we don't want them to know. Now, for the average conversation between two people, I don't think you really understand how much that hurts me when you do that. What? I am so sorry. A person that has empathy. I'm not saying an empath. What I'm saying is people that do have empathy and compassion. They understand when you say, I don't really think you understand how much that hurts me when you do that. And I never had the opportunity to express it to you, but when you do this really makes me feel like this. It makes me feel like you don't care about me. The average person with compassion and empathy is like, I did not realize that. Please forgive me. I'm going to work on it. I probably do some things that hurt you while I'm trying to fix it, but please forgive me. That's not my intention. And you can see the sincerity. Now, with the narcissist, when you tell them, you really don't understand how much you hurt me. Do you understand that when you do this, you do this, this, this? Now, see, what you're doing is you're giving them data. You're giving them feedback to let them know that what you're doing is effective. So they do it to other people as well, because it's working. So this is how they learn what they learn. Everything they do is very intentional. Everything they do is very on purpose. Everything they do, they think about what they're going to do. And what we have to stop doing is justifying their behavior and hold them accountable. When I say justifying their behavior, stop making excuses for them. Stop excusing what they're doing for they don't know what they're doing. Yes, they do know what they're doing. Holding them accountable, that doesn't mean you go run out with a sword and I'm going to hold every narcissist accountable. No, you got to pick and choose your battles wisely. You're not going to win the war by trying to fight every battle. Every battle is not assigned to you. And then a lot of you guys want to just fight them. No, what is it that you're trying to achieve? Are you trying to get a divorce and get out? Hey, take your stuff. I'm going to take mine. I just want the divorce. But no, you're upset about how hard, how not hard, but how bad they've hurt you. You are upset, so you want to see karma. You want to see them hurt equally so you want to fight them all the time. Or you come up with ways. I think someone on here came up with a way of, when I say something to them and I tell them my deepest thoughts and tell them where it hurts me, that is exactly where they attack me. So I need to reverse it. And if I tell them all the things that I hate, it'll make them do all the things that I like. Okay, you're playing with fire. That's what you're doing. You're in a game and you're playing with these individuals and you have no idea how insidious they really are. You don't know how when they have this insatiable appetite to be right, to always win, and you're playing a game they want to play with you. So I'm going to pretend like everything that's valuable to me is not valuable. I'm going to pretend like so I can make you do. See, you're still thinking about them. You're not even thinking about yourself. You're still trying to figure out how to control. You're still trying to figure out how to beat them at the game. So you're still in the game. So you're going to still get hurt. And so if you're going to play the game, go ahead and play the game. But be prepared to get yourself into counseling, get yourself a good coach, because it's a game that you're not going to win, because they're not going to stop. They will pursue you. Even when you think they're not pursuing you, they're going to pursue you because they do not want to lose. They do not want to lose at the game that they're playing. And in their mind, if you even look like you're winning, I'm coming after you. That's just like in child support cases. If you get money for your children and, obviously, when you get a divorce and you have children, there should be some type of child support in order to support. I know people argue about that. We know that there are some irresponsible parents that receive child support that don't take care of the children, neglect the children, and just use the money for themselves. I get that part. But then you do have those that are responsible parents that when they get the child support money, they make sure that the child is taken care of. They need help, in order to maintain that life, make sure that the child is taken care of. So you do have people out there that are doing the right thing versus the people that are just, and I understand it. I've seen it too. I do disagree with it, but there's nothing you can do, how they spend that child support money. But like I said, there are people that do receive child support that do the best that they can for that child. They make sure the child is taken care of. But to the narcissist, the way that they look at it is, you took something from me. You won again. So I need to do whatever I can to take that away from you too. Because on top of that, you are my property and you got away. Even if they left, you got away and now you're taking something from me. It belongs to me. So I'm going to do whatever I can to try to get it back. Or I'm going to lie and say I don't make any. I make $1 a year. And so you can't get this child support. They'll do whatever they can. A narcissist is not something that you play with. A narcissist is something that you get away from. A narcissist is not one that you sit and justify their behaviors. Yes, to be compassionate, you have narcissists. They're people. They have parents. Some of you are parents of a narcissist. And to have someone that's already bad enough, you have this guilty conscience about what has happened to cause my child to develop like this. What have I done? And you're beating yourself up as a parent. Parents beat themselves up. Parents that care about their kids, and something has happened and their children have been traumatized, or something has happened, or even, the parents themselves were in traumatic relationships and didn't know how to get out of it. And the child, you don't even know the little bit of trauma, that you think is not as bad is tremendous to a child, and they end up developing narcissistic personality disorder. And then you have the public that are beating down these parents like you're a horrible parent. And I remember I was saying this when we were talking on Sunday, is that there's someone that came on here and said that I curse every parent that ever produced a narcissist. And I said, I reversed that. I said, I don't agree with that. I said, we're not accepting that. I said, because you got parents on here that already have a guilty conscience. They feel bad. They already know what that narcissist is doing. They've been in a narcissistic relationship, and we're just not going to accept that. We as parents, as a whole, as a tribe, we're not going to accept that. We're not going to let somebody re-victimize us or re-victimize the parents within our tribe because they ended up having children that has narcissistic personality disorder. There was nothing, we didn't have the information. And you notice I say we because we are a conglomerate. Is that the correct word? We are a tribe. When you are hurting, we hurt together. And so we're not going to let people just come in and just dog out parents because of the fact that they have a narcissistic child. Well, the narcissist that you dated and married has a parent, and that parent may have been a narcissist and may not have been a narcissist, but that parent also feels guilty about what has happened and they can't fix it. You got parents that call me up all the time that want an appointment that are crying because they want to save their children from developing this disorder. And so you guys don't get re-victimized by ignorant people that make comments about your parenting. You didn't know any better, and stop holding yourself guilty for something that you didn't know. You didn't know the term personality disorder. You didn't know the term narcissistic personality disorder. You didn't even know how to interact with your child while you're trying to survive yourself and protect your children. And your children are watching you being abused and they're being traumatized while you're trying to protect them. So it's not all the time that they may have directly been abused. They may have witnessed you being abused and they've been so terrified and they don't know what to do to protect you as a parent. And so parents, stop feeling guilty when these ignorant folks come on here and beat you up about being a parent, and that's just ridiculous. It makes no sense. That's no compassion. That lets you know that there's probably something wrong with them because they have been so hurt. Yeah, you have been really, truly hurt by a narcissist, but you got to be careful what you say because you yourself, who have been abused by a narcissist, now you want to curse all the parents, could have children, and you produce some children that develop narcissistic personality disorder too. So you think about what you say before you go on and attack people, that had children. Every narcissist has a parent, and not all the parents were narcissists. Some of them were, and some of the other ones were, and some of them were not. So you have to be careful. That's very passionate to me because I see how much parents struggle because I deal with them, in counseling settings, and they are distraught. They are hurt because they've been through it too. And so I just wanted to come in and just answer that question. Well, it wasn't really a question. It was a conversation that I had. But narcissists know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And they know exactly how much is hurting the people that they're hurting because that's where they get their fuel from. That's why they feel empowered because they're capable of doing what they do. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I got a little passionate right then because I've watched too many parents. I've seen too many women and men cry about, the results of what has happened and the poor choices that they made. And I wish I would have never chose this person as my partner. I wish I would have listened to the red flags. Nothing you can do. It's all over with. It happened and we didn't have this information at one point in time to give you. And so you heal well and you stick to the channels that you know are going to be supportive. And when you see comments on there like that, just tell me. I'll get them off of there. If I see them, I usually get them off there immediately. Once I see them. A lot of times I'm busy, but usually when I scroll through there, if I see them, I get them off. I block them because that's ridiculous. You're re-victimizing people that have already been victimized, and I just don't tolerate that. That's why I do what I do, because I want to do the best that I can to try to protect you guys, give you information so you can start your healing process, or if you're in your healing process. And so those of you guys know there's a conference coming up July 31st. You guys see my advertisement for it. Unfortunately, VIP is now closed, because there's limited spacing at the hotel and limited spacing in the limousine. Those that are VIP, thank you so much. I told you guys don't wait till the last minute, but general admissions and online admissions is still open. You guys are still welcome to come until the 24th of July. Hey, we only have a few weeks left before we do the conference. And you guys see who the speakers are. Myself, Ms. Bridget Griffin, a domestic violence legal advocate, Mr. Marcus Monroe, the law of mentality, who's going to talk about this new breed of men that are, and he talks to the women a lot. So he's going to talk about this new breed of and I wrote it down somewhere in his bio, it's written in his bio, of this new breed of men that is rising up, these six-figure men, or these high what do they call high profile, high quality, or whatever type of men that are looking for a specific type of women, but they're really tearing women down. They don't have anything, they have something negative to say about women. They're tearing them down. If you got to tear down somebody to build yourself up, you got a problem. You don't have to tear nobody down. So I'm telling you, that's the topic he's going to be talking about. Then my big sister, Kathy Gibson, My Life is Intentional. Her and I should be doing an interview this Friday because we have busy schedules during the week. Her program comes on tonight. Today is Wednesday. So tonight, probably about 7, 8 o'clock, she'll be on HAPS and Instagram, I think. So you guys make sure you check out her program, and her co-host is Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. And that is my speaker that's going to end the conference on the 31st. So those of you that can still come out, you can still come out. You're still going to enjoy yourself. You're still going to come out. Those that are VIP, you're going to have a beautiful Hummer stretch limousine coming to pick you guys up after the conference. And those of you that are my general admissions, I get to hug everybody that's there. It's not a large crowd because majority of everybody's on Zoom, because we are doing it live on Zoom for paid participants only. So go register so we can make sure we get you this information out and put you on the mailing list. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Those of you that are interested in coaching, you are welcome to contact me at Dr. Carmen Bryant at Outlook.com, and I will provide you with fees for coaching. And if you are looking for counseling, unless you are in the state of Washington, I cannot provide counseling to you. There is a program. It's called BetterHelp.com/Dr. Carmen, and it will provide you with a 10% discount for using that link. It is a sponsored link. Not a sponsored link. It is. I do receive commission off of it, but the thing about it is that I have heard. I don't promote something that I don't agree with, because myself, I am a therapist, and I'm very meticulous at who I send people to. But I've heard some really good reviews for the therapists that are on BetterHelp, especially in the Canada area. And those of you that have got in contact with therapists in your area, BetterHelp has them in your area, so you can do it online. And I've heard some really good information, really good feedback on the therapists that are assisting people that are traumatized coming out of these situations. And so go check it out, BetterHelp.com/Dr. Carmen. They provide you with a 10% discount. And also, if you are having financial issues, let them know, and they will work with you, possibly with a grant. That doesn't mean it's free, but the prices that they charge, the rates that they charge for counseling anyway, is much less than I charge as a therapist here in Washington. Way, way lower than what I charge as a therapist. And so you guys go check them out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you go check out my mother's YouTube channel. It is Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. She provides you with information concerning narcissist abuse and extreme relationships. And she provides it to you from a biblical and spiritual perspective. And you do not have to be a Christian. She understands that, and she is very sensitive to that, because her whole thing is making sure that you're getting information and you're healing. And I really appreciate you guys supporting both of us. Make sure you go support her. Share the videos. You never know who you're going to help. You never know who's watching and listening. Sometimes people are watching and listening for years before they admit to you that I've been watching the videos all along. A lot of times that happens for me too. So thank you guys so much. You guys go and be great.